got the juice. Why you lean that? Watch it off a dude. I just she hurt. That's it. I'm a big dog.
Yo, what's up, fellas? It's your boy back with another video, and today we're gonna be covering the playoffs in New York. My bad, bro. Hold on. I think I can't even count right now. 6. Oh, so it's 12 teams. My bad. It's 12 teams, bro. 6 gonna be in comp, and 6 gonna be in the rec. This is November 7th. This is an all-day tournament. Well, when you say tournament, all-day playoffs, excuse me. And yeah, we're gonna jump in and go over it as well. We're also gonna go ahead and let everybody know who made it to the next round of that quarterback bracket. I know I'm kind of late on things. Like I said, I'm only one person, so I'll be busy. You know what I'm saying? Working, family, dad, whatever the case may be. So whenever I can get to it, I'm gonna try my best to get to it. We need to be finding more ideas where we can make things more interesting and things to be talking about. And if you're interested in like talking about these things right here, you know what I'm saying, you're not playing ball anymore, you just want to talk about it, talk about the guys, talk about the direction in which we should be headed, hit me up, man. We can just do like a for real shit. Let's do like a damn ESPN type thing where we just get on here and talk just strictly, you know what I'm saying, on what's coming up next week, blah blah blah. I mean, I know Deets do that with FC, but you know what I'm saying? It's cool to have different opinions and, you know what I'm saying, have a different platform. You know what I'm saying? He does his on Facebook for the most part. This can be something YouTube. And he can do, I'm pretty sure he can do some things over there on his platform, but you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that we can make happen on this platform too. So just if you're willing to do that, just let me know. I mean, it'll be a lot more interesting to me instead of just me trying to, you know, get on here and give my thoughts. I ain't nobody special, you feel me? But anyways, jumping into these playoffs, let's go ahead and get the rec out of the way. Not that they're any, you know what I'm saying, less than anybody else. It's just I can't really speak on too much of the rec teams, although I did play against the Jungle Boys and the Heatwave. And if we played against any of the other teams, I don't remember. So sorry about that. So the number ones, no, this is all F3s. What the hell? How they got this? All right, I guess the number one is Salon Envy. You know what I'm saying? I guess down in the rec. And Jungle Boys being number 2, which is weird because I thought Jungle Boys would be number 1 or number 2, which they are number 2. But Heatwave I thought would have been higher than what they are. But we got Ball Hawks versus Heatwave in that first game. And if you had to ask me, which you pretty much are asking me at the same time, I got the Heatwave. Heatwave won rec division last year. A little bit different this year. A little bit teams have, I wouldn't say really caught up because they've been competing even against comp teams. So the way that everything's set up in the league now is a little bit different. So, you know, they're bound to take a little bit of losses and go through a little bit of adversity and struggles. But I feel like they're gonna beat the Ball Hawks. I got a lot of respect for the Ball Hawks, a lot of respect for some of their players. You know, they're a lot more veteran-ish to me. You know what I'm saying? Guys who've been doing it for a while now. Guys who've been, you know, just love playing the game. They've been doing it for a while, and they don't feel as though, I can't say they don't feel as though they can't compete in the comp. They just play to, you know, stay in shape, have fun. They love football, you know what I'm saying? And these guys are 30-some plus years old. Got my boy CJ over there. You know, I mean, they got some younger guys over there too. I mean, they got, I'm not sure if Yarnell's on the Hawks or not. I'm not sure, but I think Heatwave with that young group of energized and speed, they remind me of without the hype, they remind me of a hype pack or a wolf pack in the comp. They're that young, they're that youthful and energized on that team, just not with all the, you know, hype and craze around them. But I got Heatwave in that one. The Crews versus the Average Joes, I'm gonna have to go with the Average Joes. I hope the boy Pete shows up. You know what I'm saying? I hope my boy Pete shows up for the Crews, man. playoff game. Pete, what you gonna do, man? You know, we need you to show up. I got Average Joe's in that game though, because I know they've been going through a lot of adversity on the cruise. You know, hearing words from some of the players. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that can be a hindrance. You know, things go bad in playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Everything's in that one day. It could go bad and be bad in that game. You don't want guys pointing the fingers. So Heatwave, I got going against Salon Envy. At this point, I don't know much about Salon Envy, man. I didn't see them play, but obviously they played well enough to get that better seeding, that bye. So, um, like I said, Heatwave won last session, and I feel like Heatwave probably got the worst of the draw when it came to the competition that they was playing, which would be better for them going into this game. So I got Heatwave beating Salon Envy as well, uh, and heading to the chip. I got Heatwave in the chip, and Average Joe's, they heading down to Jungle Boys. And Jungle Boys, they have a lot of talent on that team. Um, and I feel like the guys that's on that team I know well enough to say that they can compete in comp. And I got Average Joe's in that game. I mean, not Average Joe's, Jungle Boys in that game against Average Joe's. So in the rec, I got Heatwave versus Jungle Boys, and that could be a really good game. Honestly, that could be a really good game. You have, like I said, you got Heatwave who won the rec chip last session. You have Jungle Boys who have a bunch of talent and a lot of guys who can compete and play and comp. And you got some guys in Heatwave that can compete and play in comp as well. Like I said, they probably didn't get the best seeding because they played more comp teams. Seeing how this session started out with the fall for the YAFFL, so that's gonna be a good game. If I had to choose, which I'm gonna choose, I'm gonna take the Jungle Boys. I'm gonna take the Jungle Boys, man. I think the Jungle Boys pull it off. I'm not sure if Jarrett plays on the Jungle Boys for York here in York. Do know he participated and played with them guys in a couple of tournaments, or maybe a tournament or so. So I'm gonna have to say the Jungle Boys winning the rec chip this session, and I'm gonna give it to them in 2021. Moving up to comp, you got Ground Zero, and Ground Zero. If I'm not mistaken, they only gave up 6 points all session. They got my boy Barry over there who's balling out. They got Janique who's balling out. They got my boy Joe Grimes over there balling out. So they got a lot of talent. They're young. Also, they got a good mixture of young and veterans on that squad. I think Austin really did a good job of putting this roster together. They can hit you in many different ways and different styles in the game, honestly. So I got a lot of respect for Ground Zero. Got a lot of respect for those guys and what they did this session here and in the Hanover League. But right now we're not speaking on that. But anyways, you got Plan B with the number 2 seed. Shout out to Plan B. You know what I'm saying? They had a hell of a session this year, as always. Got to get over the hump this session right here. Do remember a couple years back now, I remember seeing Plan B winning the chip back when it was in Springets, but I wasn't participating then, so I didn't know who was on that roster and how things, went that way. But anyway, shout out to Plan B. They're always in the mix of things. First game, you got Goonies versus Baez. Honestly, I wouldn't go against Baez in this game, honestly, because I play with Baez. I won't be there for the chip game though. That's if we make it. I'm not guaranteeing anything. Just saying, if we make it to a chip game, I won't be there, and that's my daughter's birthday, so that's more important at the time. But in that Goonies versus Baez game, I'm gonna have to go with Baez. Obviously, I'm gonna pick the team that I play on. Honestly, where we at right now is not as if it's not as if we're not capable of taking the chip. It's not as if we're incapable of, winning these games that's in front of us. The thing is, we got to come out and play Baez ball. We know that. I think we're gonna come out focused. We're gonna come out with a chip on our shoulder. Honestly, people love to say we're this and we're that. They love to. People love it when they beat us. Just put it that way. People love it when they beat us. I'm not sure why. We got a lot of, like I said before, a lot of humble guys on the squad, but people love to beat us. It's a trophy for them, pretty much. But anyways, that's not to say the Goonies are somebody really going to sleep on, because they got the boy Josh Floyd Jr. at quarterback. I got much respect for him. I did get a chance to see him play. I did see when the pressure was on, though, he made some ill-advised decisions, and it was really tough for him. So with our D-line and the way that we play over at Baez, if anybody knows, we can get after it. So we're gonna play good defense on the back end, and we're gonna let our rush do the job and get him off his mark. Besides that, the weapons that they have, they lost a big key guy in Jair, a big a ball player. You know what I'm saying? Box you out, jump ball type guy. Losing him, I think, is big. They also have the guy Blue. He's a pretty big target. So they got weapons and targets and red zones and things of that nature. But they putting it all together and in one session and trying to beat a team as connected and well put together as Baez will be tough. Not saying it can't be done, but I just feel like we should come out with the win on that one. Moving on to the Zombies and the Outlaws. I heard Sean, and this is no shot at Sean, you know what I'm saying, because he plays for the team, so he's obviously going to pick his team. He's going to give you, the every, good guy talk that's on the team. You feel me? So, like, he said that he don't feel like they should lose another game in this session and that they should win it all, pretty much. I mean, not in his words that they should win it all, but he don't think that they're going to lose another game. And I'm not sure if he was just speaking on regular season or, just in general, but, he has that much confidence in the squad. So I do know he understands the level of competition that he's about to go up against, because looking at that roster on the Zombies, who I'm not 100%. So don't get me to say I know this for sure, but I wasn't told personally, but it was put out in the general public to some people that Calhoun won't be there. He won't be able to participate, I believe, as far as the playoffs. But I could be wrong, like I said. But anyways, the Zombies, man, that roster, bro, come on. You know what I'm saying? That roster is crazy. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Zombies, in my opinion, gonna take that game, and so we're gonna move on. Shout out to Outlaws, though. Shout out to what they did, merging with Wolfpack, Hype Pack. Like I say, a lot of young guys, a lot of speed and stuff, a lot of fun, a lot of speed in that whole entire game. As a matter of fact, Zombies got speed all over. But anyways, so I'm gonna have Baez versus Ground Zero. This game, honestly speaking, this game can come down to matchups. We're going to have to match up our pieces against their pieces pretty well. And I say that because they got a lot of different ways that they can come at you in these games. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to be wary of the talent that they have, of the personnel that they're going with, who has the hot hand, who's matched up against who, doing whatever the case may be. You got to be wary of that. I think we as a team, we understand that. We also understand tendencies of certain players, certain styles, certain guys, or whatever the case may be. And we'll be able to recognize and be able to adjust and establish, I think, fairly well and quickly. Just being able to understand a game that we've been playing for so long now, as far as together, you know what I mean? For most of us, Baez has been playing together a lot more than Ground Zero. Not that Ground Zero hasn't covered and did a lot of things as of lately and since they've merged together. But again, I'm going to have to go with Baez moving on to the chip game. It wouldn't be a surprise. It wouldn't be a lot of people who would disagree, but it also would be people who understand what I'm saying when I say Baez could lose this game. And not that I believe that we will, but we could, because like I just spoke on the fact that they have a lot of different ways where they can come at you. And if they don't recognize and realize the situation at hand early on or before it's too late, then of course Baez is going to take it. But if they're able to understand, key matchups, players in certain positions and what should be done, it could be a tough game. It could be they could squeeze out a win. But do I see it happening? I don't, honestly. Uh, don't get me to guaranteeing, because I'll just put it out there as why. Baez, on the other hand, offensively, once Ray's gone, if he gets on a roll with the players, man, and he finds it's over. You know what I mean? But we also have a bunch of wide receivers who I consider to be some of the top wide receivers, who are the top wide receivers in the area. That's no disrespect to nobody, because there's talent everywhere, and there's receivers worthy of being top whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, Baez has a group of those guys. You know what I'm saying? They have a plethora of receivers. Anyways, going down to the Zombies in the Plan B game, I think the Zombies will take that game. Overall, man, what I see from the Zombies is the team that I seen last session, and if it all comes together, and if Calhoun is not there, that's going to be a big key component that they're going to be missing. But they have the talent to step up behind Calhoun, and that's something that I'm aware of. A lot of people are aware of. They have the speed, they have the IQ, they have the veteranship. I mean, I don't even think the team really has much youngsters. I mean, most of the team is built around veterans or guys who've been playing now for quite some time. They understand each other. They run it back to defend the title from last session. Plan B has weapons. Plan B has a good squad. My only concern about Plan B at this point is defensively. We just played them last Sunday, and we realized that Kirk Peters, one of our receivers, went up against maybe their whole defensive backs, the whole lineup of defensive backs. It's because not one of their defensive backs could stop Kirk. That's just being honest. Honestly speaking, he really was going off. They switched up DB. Every time I looked at him, it was another DB on him, and they couldn't stop him. At some point, I was thinking maybe they should just double them and take their chances with, man-to-man somewhere else, whatever the case may be. But they didn't do that. Their defense is the issue, in my opinion. I don't really see too many flaws and too many issues with the Zombies. I feel like they got a lot of veterans over there who can fix anything that maybe say without Calhoun, they may be lacking in that DB spot. Well, they're not even lacking in a DB spot, bro. I'll be honest with you. But honestly speaking, though, losing him, you can't really replace him as of what he brings, but you can replace him in the scheme or whatever the case may be. And the guy who's going to step up is going to play well anyways. But I don't really see too many weaknesses in the Zombies. So with that being said, I got and I don't really see no weaknesses in the Ground Zero's defense as well. But what weakness I do see in Ground Zero is probably the frustration that can occur early on if their offense can't get clicking, if they can't figure it out offensively. That would probably be their only weakness. I'm not saying our defense is shut down or our defense is this or that. We have weaknesses. Baez have weaknesses in their defense and in their offense. But if we put it all together, just like anybody else, it's going to be, once it starts clicking, it's good regardless offense or defense. But so I got Zombies versus Baez in the chip game, same as last session. Like I said, I won't be there. Not that I make a difference. I think I spoke on that before, where when you're an average player or a good player, when you play on a good team, and it kind of elevates you in your game. You feel what I'm saying? So not just me not being there is going to affect anything from Baez, unless we're missing some DBs that should be there. Then we got receivers playing around at corner. But that's one of our weaknesses, that we sometimes have to sub in, receivers to play corner and things of that nature, and it's not something they're used to doing all the time, and it kind of comes back and bites us in certain games. But hopefully in the chip game, like I said, we all show up. Everybody is ready to play. Like I said, I won't be in attendance of that game, but if I had to choose Baez or Zombies, obviously I'm going to pick Baez. That's my squad. I wouldn't go against Baez. Honestly, I won't go against anybody. I'm part of it. If I'm on the team, I'm not going to go against my team. But I will be honest with you guys on this one and say, last session we had Keith, Stokes, and Smitty in the quarterback position, and however that went. I feel a lot better about our chances with Ray at quarterback. Just being honest. So our offense should be able to be smooth, a little more smooth, and run a little more better than that did. Last chip game we met them. As far as our defense, like I said, I don't know who's going to be showing up as far as the DBs on the back end and the D line. If everyone comes and shows up, it's going to be a good game. Last session they did some type of like Saturday playoff bracket type thing, and then Sunday you lose one or two games, something like that. So we had to play them twice, and we lost both games. But this time I think it's only one game, so we're gonna have to come out clicking on all cylinders. They're in the same position that we are in. Pretty much they got to play a game, then another game before they even get to the chip. So it won't be like they got to really find their rhythm after just one game. They got a chance, if the first game didn't go well and they made it through, they get a chance to work on that in the second game, make sure they get it clicking and firing all cylinders. So when they get to the chip game, they are already ready to go. Same with Baez. We'll make adjustments. What we see is working, what we don't see working. If we can, we'll keep a close ear to the situation that's going on the other side, as far as the other teams playing, find out, who's winning, try to find out, with our eyes or ears, what's going on, who did what, so we can try to get some sort of idea of what the teams are doing that day. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much all you can do. It's not like we can watch film on them or anything like that, or whatever the case may be. But so I got Baez winning the chip and comp. As far as that Hanover York thing, I'm not sure if that's even going to be played if Baez wins it here. So, because there's the Capital City Classic and 9-man that Baez is interested in going to play in. But if you're John or if you're Dietz, I'm not sitting here and confirming that Baez won't play against Hanover if Baez wins your York chip. What I'm saying is, as a team, Baez is interested in playing in that tournament, and right now that's up in the air, and I'm not the person who made decisions on that. So what I'm saying right now holds no weight as far as yes, we're doing that, or no, we're not doing that. So I'm just putting it out there in the air. So don't be like, oh, refs, go find a way to help Baez lose, because they're not going to play that game anyways. We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. That's not saying that you guys would do that, but hey, you never know. You know what I'm saying? From my knowledge and previous run-ins with people, you never know what people will do. But just saying. Yeah, that's that. That's that on the playoffs, man. I got Baez winning. I got Jungle Boys winning. I just broke it down a little bit on the games. As far as the quarterback bracket, like I mentioned, you got Greg up against, dang it, I gotta remember. I can't believe I just forgot about who just went on that side. I know you got Sean Smith against Bob, and you have Greg against Steve. That's who it is. Greg against Steve, and Sean against Bob. I'll get those out there so people can start voting. It don't seem like, and the way that I approach it, to put it that way, it seemed to be really, really competitive in certain situations, because you had some people going against people who what we would consider not to be maybe necessarily a top tier quarterback or something like that. But that's why I try to make it so to the point where we actually got a chance to actually say, hey, this person is going up against this person this week. Let's watch this person play. Because you know what I'm saying? Like we based everything off judgment of what we don't know, in a way. So what I mean by that is, I didn't do any votes, and the reason why is because I didn't have enough knowledge. And I say that because let's just mention a guy like Cooper Hastings, uh, up against Sean Smith. For the most part, a lot of people know Sean Smith. A lot of people don't know Cooper. A lot of people didn't even take the time to go watch Cooper to see if he would be a better quarterback than Sean or something like that. And I'm not even sure if they went against each other. I'm just throwing that out there. I think they did, but anyways, that's besides the point. The fact is, if you actually got a chance to go watch Cooper play and Sean play, you can't. I can't say, and I'm cool with both these guys, but I can't say that Sean Smith is a better quarterback than Cooper. Just a natural quarterback. Um, I think Cooper throws a better ball. Cooper's more athletic. The only knock on Cooper may be the experience, you know what I'm saying, and the knowledge of the game. But that comes with time. That comes with playing. Cooper is not on a team as well talented as Sean, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like and I truly believe they went up against each other. But when they did, the overall favorite was Sean, and I don't think most guys are being fair or actually taking the time to actually look at these players for what they are and what position they play. And that's what the whole point of this was supposed to be, for guys to actually get an understanding of who a person is and the position they play, how well they can play, and possibly if they're that. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of respect for Sean. That's my guy. But if you had to ask me who's a better quarterback, I'm gonna say Cooper. Cooper has not accomplished nearly as much as Sean has. But I give him time. If I give him a team like Sean's, I feel like he's more capable of being a better quarterback at the position. You know what I'm saying? Over time, you know what I'm saying, with the experience and the knowledge of the game, because like I say, he throws a better ball. He's more athletic. Pretty much, he gives you everything more in a package of a quarterback than what Sean would. Sean will give you more of the mental side, which is very key in being a quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like with Cooper being so young and being so unexperienced in the game, once he gets that, boom, you feel what I'm saying? So, and with talent like Sean plays with, I just feel like Cooper's a better quarterback. So I feel like moving forward. With some of these other ones, take the time to actually look at some of these players, man. Take the time to actually look at some of these players, watch their game. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you look at a receiver, man, don't just be like, oh, this person does this and this person does that. Some people just deep ball threats. And don't get, I can't put a deep ball threat. If I got a receiver who I know who maybe don't have a name as big as another person, but I look at this receiver and I see he runs better routes. His release is much better. You know what I'm saying? Just more athletic, just everything that you require in a receiver. And we're gonna add attributes to all this stuff too. But what I'm saying is, like, if a person just runs, he's fast and he just runs deep all the time and catch deep balls and making touchdowns, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? If you can't stop it, you can't stop it. But I'm not gonna consider that person a better receiver than a person who I know can route you, a person I know who hands are legit, a person who I know got the smarts, the person who I know, and I'm not just saying just one particular thing would beat just being a deep ball. I'm just saying a person who actually has all these things in a package, but don't get the shine or the name or the, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna actually do my due diligence and be like, yo, yeah, you play for this squad, you do this, you do that, but this person right here is a legit receiver. You know what I'm saying? He can do this, he can do that. Everything that you can't do, he can most likely do. And that's being honest. You feel what I'm saying? That's being honest, man. And when people place judgment on me, for instance, a lot of people may or may not know that I started playing football at the age of 25. I mean, I never played football. I learned how to play football, honestly, from watching YouTube, bro, from Champ Bailey and Darrell Rivas. That's how I learned to play football. I never played football in school, growing up, none of that. So I was in situations where guys wanted me to do certain things, and I'm like, man, I don't got the footwork. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't really got what it takes to, you know what I'm saying, maneuver or do this at a high level, because I didn't play the position. But I had speed. I'm lengthy. I can jump. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, just give me a person to run with, and I'm gonna run with him. We're gonna go everywhere he go. I'm gonna go with him. You feel what I'm saying? And I made a big deal to make sure I put hands on somebody up front, because I knew it could slow him down. It can put me in a better position over top of him, whatever the case may be. I based my game off that. So that's where I'm better at. But there's corners that can do that, and there's corners who can do other things that I can't do. So people will see me and probably be like, oh, he played for Baez, so this person plays for this squad. Of course, Bayshawn's better, but that's not the case. You feel what I'm saying? So let's be honest with ourselves. Let's make sure we actually do due diligence if we want to be doing these votes and not just, like I said, person play on a better team or whatever the case may be. Let's not give him the vote just because he played with better talent. Let's make sure we do our due diligence and watch a player play. Make sure we know that they can do this and they can do that. Because how can I say, like, how can I trust your judgment if you're just going off the obvious as far as, oh, he played for that team, so he got to be better than this person because he played for that team. I want to be able to trust your judgment on a player by you knowing exactly, how that player plays or what that player is capable of doing at that position. So that's going to be it. But like I said earlier, if anybody wants to be like a co-host or trio, quadruple, whatever you want to call it, where we all just get on and talk strictly football, strictly flag football, our area, any area. We're not going to be strictly based on just one particular area. And I spoke to somebody about that before, but this platform right here is not a paid platform. So this platform is just for fun, just for entertainment, and just for us to have something to be able to talk about, build conversation about. Like, I want to be able to jump on with some guys and we have a conversation. Like, I'm going to put myself in it just because. To give an example, who you think will win out of Bayshawn versus let me get a receiver, Dallas. You know what I'm saying? In a one-on-one. Five plays one-on-one. Who you think winning that? You know what I'm saying? Or Howard versus, Mike. And I'm naming Baez guys, obviously, because they're the first people that come out of my head. But anyways, just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Or we can go guys who got a lot of respect in the league. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of people. There's a lot of people that can play a lot of positions and do a lot of things, man. And we want to be able to bring their names out, make some interesting conversations about them and things like that. It's about to get cold. I don't know if I'm going to do the indoor. I might do the indoor session as far as like recording and stuff like that and commentary and like I said, coverage, man, just coverage. So if there's anybody, man, please hit the inbox, man. If you made it this far, please hit the inbox. Let me know. We can pick a day where we just jump on for maybe an hour, and we'll just talk strictly about our surroundings, our areas, our players, what we're looking forward to. I mean, because it's crazy. Like I just to be fun, I was even thinking about, because I know we did a fantasy draft, the one during COVID, and what if we could do trades? You know what I'm saying? A team might be good, but they need to get over the hump. They need defensive help. Oh, let me trade for Bayshawn, so I'm gonna trade this person for that person. You know what I'm saying? So just to bring up the conversation, just to have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? But if there's anybody, man, like I said, let me know. It'll help out tremendously. It'll bring a lot of eyes, bring a lot of fun, attention, laughs, or whatever the case may be. Nothing personal, just fun. But anyways, man, that's going to be a wrap, man. I've been sitting here talking to you guys for like a half an hour, just pretty much breaking up a little bit of things. But let's just have fun. You know what I'm saying? The indoor session is coming up. I'm not sure what that's going to be, but let's have fun with it. This will be my last couple of games playing 8-man for, not going to say forever, but for a while, as I focus on 9-man. For the next, I don't know, whenever I try to get this chip or natty, as long as I can keep playing and the team allow me to keep playing with them, or whoever will allow me to play with them for chase a natty, I'm all for it until I get one. That's gonna be a wrap, fellas. Y'all boys have a good night.